Oh, hold on to your double macchiato, Chris, because
Oh,
Starbucks is piloting scanless payments at the drive-through.
I
Everyone,
know, right?
collectively rejoice. Everybody in the background listening to this podcast is getting excited. So, according to TechCrunch, Starbucks confirmed an internal test of Scanless Pay, which is a new contactless checkout method that would leverage a Starbucks app's users' current geolocation to identify them in the drive-through lane so that they wouldn't have to pull out their phone to pay. The experience is currently only being tested as a proof of concept with Starbucks employees, the company told TechCrunch. It does not have a set date to when this feature would launch with consumers or if it even will. But let's be real, it's going to.
I think it's going to happen. Yeah.
The system works by asking the user to opt into the feature in their app. And once that's enabled, customers can check in on the mobile app when they arrive at a participating drive-through store. They're in that long line for the drive-through. Then once they get to the screen, they can tell the barista their name, that they've checked in after placing their order. Then when they approach the window, there isn't anything else to do but give them your name, accept your order, and move on. Chris, what has Starbucks done for us now?
I know, like Starbucks is so great. Like what's that? That's like from a movie. So great. It's so great. Yeah. Oh, it's Jimmy Fallon. So great. It's so great, guys. They're so great at being on the front side of everything, man. I mean, you kind of hit it on the head right there. I mean, and the cool thing about this story too is we know that getting people quickly through a drive-through matters. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know if you saw this too, and I think you did, but there was a story in the news about 3 or 4 weeks ago where they added a drive-through lane in a Phoenix store, a Phoenix operation.
Yeah.
And the sales from that additional drive-through lane have increased like upwards of 20% just from the one drive-through lane. That's how much more drive-through traffic they're getting. So it makes sense that when it comes to drive-through, you want to do anything you can to speed up this process, especially if you live in Minnesota like we do, and you don't want to hand your phone or your credit card out the window when it's like below 0 degrees, and you're certainly as hell not going into the Starbucks either. So, but the cool thing about this to me, what's really interesting about this approach, because we've talked about various approaches. We had listener on our show a while ago where they're doing ultrasonic technology to, pass sound waves to do this type of thing. But this approach is really interesting because they're geolocating the car,
right,
based on where it is in the drive-through against the app. And so that has broad applicability when you start thinking about gas stations that can do the same thing, electric vehicle charging that can do the same thing. So, you said it, but I 100% agree with you. It's only a matter of time before this gets out of the test phase, because I think people are going to use it, and the people that use it are going to love it and want to keep using it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just look at the success. Like I was reading too in preparation for this, like Starbucks has seen 70% of its orders are coming through mobile pickup. Like people are utilizing this already. It's like, it's just a behavior that they've developed. And you can already do this. Like when you can already do a mobile order pickup in the drive-through. And I don't know if you've tried that.
I've never done that. I didn't know you could do that.
That's super awesome. Slick too. Yeah. I mean, granted, assuming the line isn't super long, but like if it starts to downpour, you can just pull up and to the drive-through and do this. So I don't see any reason why Starbucks wouldn't move forward with this, especially as a test. Like it's the same thing they did once they started mobile ordering. Like get people, those early adopters on the platform, start doing heavier utilization beyond just the employees, and really pressure test this to see what the best way is for this to be successful for Starbucks. But I think you're also right too, Chris. I think it's only a matter of time before we see more retailers in the QSR space start to utilize this technology beyond Starbucks. I mean, we saw kind of the trickle down effect once Starbucks saw so much success with this. We're seeing, Panera testing Just Walk Out, or Palm Technology from Amazon to do this sort of thing to really speed up this process, because there isn't a reason why it needs to be the long exchange, and there is so much more of a revenue opportunity if they can nail this down and do this more quickly and more efficiently.
Yeah. Do you remember those early days of the Starbucks app, Ann, when we'd come in and we knew how to use it, no one else knew? And like people would look at us like, what the heck were you doing? It's still
happening, Chris, in the airport on the way here. It was like, there's this long snake line. It's like people don't even realize that, that's it. That's an option. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going to talk about this more in the show, but I think there's even more opportunity here, whether you're going to build your own like Starbucks is doing, or you're going to license something like Amazon technology to help expedite this process. But it's something that I think we're going to continue to see in the QSR space.
This one's going to be harder for people to see though and get amazed, right? Because you can't see inside somebody's car to see how they're paying. But but yeah, I think this will take off as soon as people get